Are you waging an aesthetic rebellion? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it is a total aesthetic rebellion against every aspect of the 2010s, the worst decade in American history.
Yeah, let's
In
talk about
term,
that.
which is still going on. I mean, the best example of what happened in the 2010s, I think, is that if you look at like McDonald's and like fast food restaurants, how they used to be like these warm tones, beautiful, cool ads with the Fry Kids and the Grimace and Ronald McDonald, and it was like a magical treat. And a dining room that was you wanted to go in, not those nice 70s looking dining rooms. And then, in the last couple of years, they've leveled every single McDonald's to the ground and replaced it with what I call like neoliberal renovation,
Oh,
like gray, often paired with a hideous like lime green or teal, just like that box, really cheap construction, intended not to remind anyone of like family or joy, uh,
hmm.
anything from the past. You can't remind like white people of family or anything. They have to be able to be eternal children. But this is all ugly. The the specific aspect of scent, the performative hatred of scent and like identities primarily propagated by wealthy white women, based around voluntary elective allergies. This arose with smoking bans in the late 80s and early 90s. A process that you see depicted in very well in my favorite movie, Todd Haynes' Safe,
Oh,
with
yes.
Julianne Moore.
Yes, great movie. Yes.
Yeah, that's basically what happened to the entire culture.
Oh,
And now instead of,
whoa.
like in the 80s, people would define themselves with these strong, powerful scents. It was good to be seen as an aggressor, a stylistic aggressor in this way. And then with the 90s, that was all made very unfashionable. The perfumes all became like these minimalist, kind of office safe. At that point, they were still really strong, like Elizabeth Arden Sunflowers, CK1, all this kind of stuff. But people still wore scent. And then the 2000s came along. Basically, ever since the 80s, more people think scent is less cool.
Hmm.
And people think that if they don't like a smell, then that means that it's killing them. I mean, barring minute exceptions, I think that everyone's scent allergies are performative, and
Really?
the proof of this is that everyone tolerated scent with no problem whatsoever in the 80s, before there was kind of like
That's right.
cultural gravitas attached to pretending to be allergic to things and exacting control over people through like, if you do that, then you'll kill me. You'll literally kill me.
Yeah. I think you're
Mm-hmm.
probably right. So my mother loved scent, obviously wore very nice Parisian perfume. My evil stepmother, on the other hand, claimed that what? She had an allergy to
Mm.
perfumes. And yelled at my girlfriend at the time many times for daring to wear a very light, some like teenager kind of perfume at the time. I thought it
Mm.
was ridiculous. But I have a theory as to I'm sure you do too. I have a theory as to why scent has declined uh, in American culture in the last 10 to 20 years. What's yours?
Um, I think that the kind of dystopian kind of like that Ayn Rand depiction of liberals, like everything has to be out of consideration for others. This like noxious, like,
Mm, mm,
but
mm.
what if someone else doesn't like it? It's you can't. The whole issue with scent, like the white woman, the awful is not going to. I'm not going to call them a Karen. That term is fake. It's a psyop. That she will not react in the same way to ambient odors that are totally out of her control, like like the homeless man on the bus. Like, he gets some sympathy or whatever, but the act of putting on perfume is such a like deliberate thing, that somebody did that because they thought it was pretty. Like,
What?
this
Yeah.
this this gets their gall. The
Yeah.
fact that it was a choice, that you're not supposed to do that in polite circles. in affluent liberal cities. We simply don't do that.
Well, wearing perfume is also an act of self-aggrandizement, right?
Mm-hmm,
Which traditional American culture does not like. You know, if you look at the Puritans
mm-hmm.
and the Victorians,
Yeah, it,
that, you know, they did not like this at all, especially women being peacocking at all, right?
the 80s were really the only time that scents were for Americans were commonly like that strong, and socially accepted. Like it was just the style at the time. Everything was bigger than life, and
Yeah.
perfumes like Giorgio and Opium. Uh, I guess, you know, if we're thinking about crazy styles, like the way that like 2010s like shit libs, you know, like their personal style is such an eyesore. Like the, you know, the classic stereotype of like the blue-haired SJW and everything. Like this is aesthetically ugly, but it's really intense to take in. But the perfumes of the 80s, I mean, yeah, that seemed like the brief shining moment where Americans could be in on the fun of just like coating yourself in Giorgio and like not caring what anyone thought.
Yeah.